Good afternoon, and thank you for meeting me here today to discuss the possibility of adding a new sustainable engineering department here at Baylor University. Today I would like to discuss three main topics with you. The first being job creation in the field, second being staff necessary for the new department, and third being building space for the new department. The first thing I'd like to talk to you about is job creation in the sustainable engineering field. Sustainable engineering is an ever-growing field because of the depletion of non-renewable resources in the world. Renewable energy and sustainable engineering is in very high demand. The amount of jobs created is growing at a rate of 20% per year. As you can see from my graph here, in 2011 there were 150,000 jobs created, and in 2016 there was 323,000 jobs created. This means that the amount of jobs in 5 years has over doubled. So what this means for the university is that the amount of applications and the number of students coming to the university for sustainable engineering would be a growing number every year, which would mean that we would never have to worry about tuition, and it would bring money and cash flow into the university. The second thing I would like to talk to you about is staff. For a new department, the hiring of staff is usually a very necessary thing. As you can see from my graph here, it is an expensive endeavor. If we look at the mechanical engineering department here at Baylor University, the average amount of salary per year for that department is almost $2.5 million. For training of a new staff, it would be about $420,000. And textbooks for a new staff would be over $9,000. This would be a net total of almost $3 million just to have a trained staff for this new major when it was created. But here at Baylor University, we're lucky that we would not have this problem initially because we already have a great staff here in the engineering department with great backgrounds in renewable energy and sustainable engineering. We have a large number of professors with this background, including Dr. Byron Newberry, Dr. Bill Jordan, and Professor Sungwon Lee. This means that in the first years of the major, we would not need to hire any new staff because we would already have the required staff here. So there would be minimal cost in staff and hiring initially for this new major. The third thing I'd like to talk about is building costs. For a new department, there's worries in needing to build new buildings and class space for this new major. Here at Baylor University, that wouldn't be a problem because we have Rogers, the engineering building on campus, and the Baylor Science building here on campus. Rogers has enough class space to house the new major for at least a few first years of the major being here on campus. And then we have the Baylor Science building for lab space. Lab space could be a very expensive thing, but here at Baylor we have the Baylor Science building, which has a whole floor which is basically unused lab space. So the only expense would possibly be lab equipment. What I'm trying to discuss here and show today is that to add a sustainable engineering department here at Baylor University, there would be very little overhang and very minimal cost to the university. But what would happen is there would be a flux of new tuition and applications to the university, making this an all-around great opportunity for Baylor University. Thank you so much for talking to me today and hearing what I have to say. I can't wait to hear your response.